another vintage bus. Another one coming up here, a vintage double-decker. Inside a vintage double-decker. And these are red seats. Outside Blackheath. And these vintage bus, they're following the route of the 54 on Saturday the 13th September in connection with the Catford bus Garage 200 years of service. They're running part of the 54 route, fare free between Blackheath and Elmers End. So they're not doing the full 54 route to Woolwich. 54 routes to normal route buses are running as per normal. However, this is for bus enthusiasts and people wanting to experience a vintage bus. So, seeing as a few vintage route masters and LTs now on a vintage double decker towards Catford Garage. Outside Catford Garage, waiting to go for it. All that picked up an old LT, I believe. Inside Catford Garage, celebrating 111 years. I thought it was 200, but it's 111 years. I think it was a $5 to get in, but it's like any fare. All money goes to Cancer Research or Macmillan. Well, inside the garage now, they've obviously buses that are normally stored in this part of the garage is not here, but there's like stalls, like show stands, buying and selling bus models, etc. Books. Well, we see there's that bus guy over drive, also real name Leroy, tends to drive the 47, but I've not seen him as yet. Even painted a new electric bus from Macmillan Cancer Research. Front view of it in the garage.
Patience on your face there.
I've seen this bus in service. It's got the old Selcamp branding from when I was younger. Nowadays you just see the word the Stagecoach branding, but obviously the Stagecoach took over Selcamp later years. But it's clearly they put the Selcamp branding on a newer bus, or it's had a very good clean up. According to this, it serves Route 75. They're saying do the broad bus, but it looks like they're letting people in there to have a nose. It's got the disabled ramp. Original Blackheath branding seats from when I was younger. I remember that colour scheme. The old RT buses when I was younger. With the bus driver going in the front there, you have the old conductor outside. Fortunately they won't let us on this one to look. They're showing the old 47 going to Shoreditch. God, this is Liverpool Street, London Bridge, Bermondsey, Deptford, Lewisham, Bromley. Oh, back then it did go on to Bromley. Nowadays it starts at Catford Garage, the 47 route. Days when you had to have a car disc in full view, the buses even had it. Inside the maintenance depot, you see the underground pit. I was like there.
I'm on. That's what TikTok.
Kentish bus, I remember that the days before Transport for London took charge of the London buses, they had all these different brands of buses, and the Kentish bus at the time run the 284, but they had a single decker. But nowadays all London buses are the traditional red format, but run by local garages. But the this garage was somewhere in Deptford back in the day. I remember going up to Bermondsey on a Tuesday night on the old Kentish bus, single one, from memory, or going on the 284, and I can't remember what's the double-decker route. It's been a number of years. Bus Spirit of London, remembering the 7/7 bombings in London on the London Underground, the terrorist attack. I'm not sure if it's in service. It does show Thames Link Station, Holborn Viaduct back at N25. I've not seen this one. Where the buses are still running today are pulling up. Obviously now a lot of 47s, 199s are electric, so they've got to go to set points. They'll keep this section of the bus stop active. This must be from East London, Stagecoach and Garage. Used to teach new drivers the standard Stagecoach Pure branding, which is you'll see up and down the country outside the TfL routes, but tends to be in London. They tend to use this brand, the Stagecoach brand, purely for the learner buses. But say like to Hastings, you'll see these branding all up and down their routes. The original Blackheath bus videoed. A modern to the old classic. I remember getting on these as a kid, and the classic seat at the side of the window. .47 on its original Bromley route. It's saying Bromley Market Square, but for a number of years it started as Catford to charges, but back in the day it was started at Bromley Market Square. Some old classics, and some with original Selcamp branding of this garage before Stagecoach took it over. The 124S back in when I was young was basically a school bus, which is now replaced by the pre-6 600 range. But when I was young, they had a double-decker which served the school kids. But now it's they've just got a normal 124. But the bus, it used to serve St Dunstan's College and start at St Dunstan's College, where Daniel Radcliffe was probably known better as Harry Potter in the original films. Went to school. It used to start at St Dunstan's College and then go all the way into Eltham, and it served all schools along the route. But as I said, they've phased out the 124S, and it's just a normal. People have to get normal. Kids have to get a normal student bus, unless one of their schools is on the redesignated 600 range buses, which is not many. The destination blinds back in the day when they used to manually turn round the destination in the bus, before it's now gone all digital nowadays. But back in the day, I remember when the bus drivers would at the end of the route have to change it, and sometimes they forget to change it on the wrong side. Now you can buy them £3 each or 4 for a tenner. If you got their own office, which I did not expect. Like not the ones that are going on strike, that was the RMT, but indicating what bus and what is the run number and the fleet number, so and the driver location to collect, which was from July 2025. Of the buses when they first open on each day. So today is the 13th, and it shows the bus locations at the time. Old fashioned double decker, the old Leylands. High Street near Iceland is a version of the old classic double decker. I was waiting at Catford Garage for ages for a classic bus, but nothing was coming along and time's pressing on, so I jumped on a modern bus into Lewisham to get a few errands and come across this along near Iceland. But I've not seen the old-fashioned conductor. Back the other way,